Hello and welcome back. I'm Samantha and today I'm going to be doing a trial of my wedding makeup. So I'm engaged. I haven't really said it in a video, but I'm engaged and I'm going to do a whole series about wedding planning and that'll be coming up soon. But for right now, I'm just going to do a little trial for my wedding makeup. I haven't decided if I'm having someone else do it or if I'm going to do it. Either way, I'm going to be doing it in this exact style. So if I get someone else to do it, I'm just basically going to tell them exactly what to do. But I think right now I'm leaning toward doing it myself. I just haven't quite decided yet. I just tried this out yesterday and I thought it'd be really fun to film. I zoomed in and promise I'm like wearing a shirt, but you're not going to be able to see it just for this tutorial. I have the camera a little higher, so we'll see if we like this, but I'm just gonna jump in. Just put my hair back and I put in these cute little hoops and the pearl necklace to give it bridal vibes. But I'm just gonna put my hair back, and then I've already done my skincare routine and you can see that in my most recent video. My nighttime skincare, my daytime skincare is pretty similar. So yeah, I just put on some products a little bit ago, so they've had time to sink in. And I'm gonna start with my eyes. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start with my eyebrows. So I'm gonna start by brushing my eyebrows up. And then I'm gonna go in and just do a line under. And I do want to fill in a little bit, but I don't want them to be too harsh. But sometimes I do think it looks funny if you don't have anything filled in. So I definitely want to make them a little stronger than I would on any regular day because I'm going to be wearing kind of a lot of makeup. I'm pretty happy with that. I like the overall shape of my natural brow, so just do the same thing on the other side. Underline, go down the tail, and then line the top of the brow. And I don't do anything right at the start of the brow. I go about a centimeter in before I start laying down color because I feel like I want it to be a nice gradient. So I'm going to start with this eye base by Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. I'm just going to put it on. It's basically kind of like a lotion-like formula. And I'm just going to put it mostly on the lid. This just helps to really hydrate the eyes. And I'm going to put it under my eyes as well. Now I'm going to go in with concealer. This is going to be the NARS Creamy Concealer in the color Custard and a really fine brush. I think you'd usually use like to do your actual eyebrows, but I'm just going to use it to carve them out, and I only carve out the bottom. So I'm just going to place that right under where I put that line of eyebrow product. And then my eyebrows are a little overgrown just because of quarantine. So I'm just gonna kind of put that on right over that. Just gonna blend with my fingers. And I'm doing my eyeshadow first because I don't want any fallout onto my face makeup. I do like to really lay down a good base. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking this Wowder by Glossier, and I'm going to just set all that in place on my eyes. And the sponge I'm going to be using to do this is the tiny little e.l.f. makeup sponge, and this is like super soft. So if you haven't tried these, I highly recommend. They're just at Target or any drugstore, and they're so soft, I can't get over it. And I just set that all in place, and then I go in just to be sure it's really set with the brush as well. And And this is just a super fluffy brush from Amazon. I just got a cheap set of brushes when I was like 12 and I still use them. So I could talk a little bit about the wedding. Basically, we are from California. We met in California. Well, I'm from California. We met in California. We just moved back to the East Coast where my fiance is from. So the wedding is actually going to be in Connecticut. And I've just been planning since we got engaged in July. So it's been really fun. I really like wedding planning. But it's definitely a lot to manage. Hopefully you can't hear the rain because it's raining today. But either way, I'm going to start with my eyes. So I'm going to be using this palette by NARS. It's a super nice bronzy gold palette, and it's in Isolde, I don't know. It's a really pretty shadow set, just duo. So I'm gonna go in with a really fluffy brush and start by doing the darker color in my crease. And I really like how this turned out yesterday, so I really hope it looks good today. But yeah, I guess I'll zoom in a little. It's a little close. And I didn't even say, but the look I'm going for today is really bronzy, smoky, nothing too defined. And then it's gonna be a really subtle lip. And I think I've decided that on my wedding day I want to have eyelash extensions. So I'm not going to be putting on falsies today, but I did get a really good new mascara. So I'll share that. So the camera took a while to focus. I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay Born to Run palette. And this is just, I'm just going to literally take 2 colors from this that you can get in a lot of palettes. But the color I'm using is Good As Gone. It's this brown color right here. And I'm just gonna go in with the same fluffy brush that I put the first crease color in. Try to keep it a little bit lower. That makes sense. And you can really build this up to be as dark as you want. I think something I've learned is that it's really good to do a bunch of colors on top of each other just because it makes the look just look a little bit more blended and soft on the outer part. So what you're going to want to do is always blend with the lightest color and bring the darker color in until your lash line. That'll be a dark color as well. I think I'm going to go in with Smog too. And just put that a little bit on the outside too. So just go in with a light hand. When blending. I'm gonna look in a mirror really quick. I'm gonna go into that duo again and take the darker color on the same brush I applied it at first with and put it right here in the crease. I should say that this look is inspired by Suzanne's makeup for her wedding that her friend did on her. So I'll link that video below because it's really good, and she honestly probably explains stuff better than I do. It's her friend who's a makeup artist explains it, so. But this is gonna be a little bit different just because I have just certain things I like that she didn't do, so. And I do think they use a little bit more of a range of products that are on the more expensive end, so this is kind of like just a cheaper way to achieve the same thing. And obviously you don't need the exact eye colors that anyone on YouTube is using, as long as you have like a similar color. That's all that really matters. And now I'm gonna go in with the duo again, but the lighter color on my finger. So I'm just gonna take that and put it right on my lid. I'm gonna go in with Stranded from the Born to Run palette. It's gonna be this one. This one. And it's just like a little bit of a lighter shimmer shade. I'm just gonna put that right on top because I don't want it to be too gold. I want it to be a little bit more neutral. Smog, and just kind of work it. I'm gonna put it like half the lid, basically. So I'm just working over it to blend, basically. And then going back in with my brush that has nothing on it and blending it out. And the thing about doing your eyes first is that no matter how messy it gets over here on the corner, you can always go in with a makeup wipe when you're done and clean it up. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with two different brushes. The first is like a very dense little, I don't know, Japanese 341, but it's basically just a little flat shader brush. That's the word I was looking for. And then I'm gonna go with this really pointy brush for diffusing out the color. So what we're gonna be doing right now is the liner. So I'm gonna go in with that Good Is Gone, just a little dark brown color, and very lightly on the tip, just like that. Top it off. Then I'm gonna go in, probably need a mirror to do this. And I'm just gonna place it along the lash line. And they really didn't wing it out at all. They just kind of left it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Because I do like wings, but I kind of feel like they won't always be in style to do the super liquid liner look. So I'm just going to go. And I'm also not gonna bring it all the way in because I want the inner corner to be pretty light. So I'm just gonna diffuse it. In Cezanne's video is use a pencil for this, Teddy by MAC on the waterline. But I'm not gonna do the waterline because I just feel like it's gonna transfer and look weird. Because I'm gonna be doing something else on my bottom. So I'm just gonna take that Good Is Gone color on the brush we blended out so it doesn't have that much. And I'm just gonna go in and diffuse that along my bottom. And we're gonna go in and clean that up after everything face makeup is done. So yeah, for now I think we're good on the eyes. Sometimes I like to do mascara at this point, sometimes I wait. It's really just your preference. So I think I'm gonna do mascara right now so I can show you the new mascara I got. The new mascara I'm gonna be using is the Lash Paradise Voluminous. And this is by L'Oreal Paris. I just got it at Target and I think it's amazing. So I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm starting. In a perfect world I would have eyelash extensions to show you, but obviously I haven't gotten those done. I'm gonna be doing my bottom mascara with this too because yesterday didn't transfer at all, which I was really happy about. I feel like makeup always transfers on me, or mascara at least, especially when I wear concealer. So yeah, that's the eyes. I'm gonna do highlight next and then we'll move on to the face. I'm gonna go in with this Star Dipped Face Compact in Medium Deep by MAC and mix these two colors of highlight for my eye. And yeah, so I do want to get higher coverage foundation, but for right now I'm going to be using the CoverFX Natural Finish in N10 and N60 mixed. I'm going to try not to use too much because I feel like I always use too much. I'm going to go in with this foundation brush. Mix it around. So I think on my wedding day, this will be my method because you can keep the coverage where you want it. So right now I'm not gonna go in this region. And yesterday I did put foundation on my nose, even though I never do that. But I think it's a good idea in case I get cold or hot, my nose will get red, so I never do that regularly. But I still refuse to put foundation on my forehead. I just think that's gonna emphasize lines and not look good, so I'm not gonna do that now or on my wedding day, I don't think. Okay, now I'm gonna do concealer, and I'm gonna do it with this tiny little medium, I guess it's the medium size from the e.l.f. trio of sponges, and these are so soft. They're way softer than the Beauty Blender, and I really like them. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm always so nervous to do this. So I'm gonna go right here, right here, right here. And this also can help clean up. You just go in. It's gonna clean up the line of your eyeshadow that we were working on. I'm gonna do the inner corner and just go in with my finger because I feel like it looks better. I better blend that out with my finger. And I look so white, but yesterday I did that. A little bit here and a little bit here. Which I never do. I pretty much never put concealer anywhere other than right under my eyes. It's just because I am putting on so much over it that I don't want to overcrowd my face with makeup, because I don't think I'm someone who can like pull off a lot of makeup. So I just want to keep it as simple and neutral and natural as possible, but I also want it to look, you know, really good in pictures and like a little more than I usually do. I go in with my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha. And I'm just gonna put that on the sides of my nose, blend it out. My cheekbones a little higher than my natural cheekbones. Okay, now comes the part that I really wouldn't do usually, which is to powder this whole face. I would never do that just because I've been on Accutane. So now my skin's a little drier and I don't feel like I need to on a day-to-day basis. But for right now, I'm gonna do it for the sake of holding on the makeup. So I'm gonna go in with the Water, once again from Glossier. So a really nice powder because it doesn't go crazy matte. It's like, still looks like skin, and it doesn't usually make me look powdery. So I'm just going in, and this is obviously a damp beauty sponge. Okay, once we're done with that, Real Techniques, a really fluffy brush. And I only ever use this brush for powder, so I don't ever have like bronzer on it. It's not gonna change the color of my skin. Yay! And then the last step I'm gonna do is just go in right under my eyes a little bit more. And I really like this powder because you can build it up too. So it doesn't look cakey. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start with highlight, just because sometimes I feel like if you put it on top of bronzer and blush, it can create a cast. So I'm gonna go in with my Fenty highlight in Hustla Baby. And just put a little tiny bit right here. And then a little bit right on my nose. A little bit there, and right on my cupid bow. I'm gonna go in with the NARS Laguna Bronzer to start. And I'm gonna go in first with a big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. This is the brush I always use for bronzer. So it is a little tinted, but it doesn't matter. That's what I'm going in with. So next I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush in the same Laguna bronzer. I'm just gonna pack it on in the shape I want, which is just this little L shape. because I really like when my temples are really bronzed. And then I'm just gonna take the big fluffy brush one more time and go under just to create a shadow. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Chanel blush, but I don't really like this color, so I think I'm gonna get a different one for the wedding. But I'm just gonna put it on the apples of my cheeks. I used to bring it up, but then I felt like it just started overwhelming my face. So I'm just gonna put it right there. I'm just gonna go in. This is a Bobbi Brown Super Dense Full Coverage Face Brush. And I'm just gonna go in and make sure everything looks really blended out. And not too intense. So I'm gonna go in with this super small dense Sephora brush into the Laguna bronzer. And really not try to do too much. And just bring it up. And then maybe just right here on the bridge. And then I'm gonna go in, bounce all over that. Take a super fluffy bronzer brush again. This is the BECCA in Ipanema Sun. Just kind of. Okay, so to finish up the eyes, I'm gonna be going in with a just the Laguna bronzer I was using before, and a brush, the first brush I used. And I'm just really blending together everything to make sure it looks seamless. I don't usually blend with another color on the brush, but I'm just gonna do it as the very last step, just to make sure that the upper eyeshadow looks good. And then I'm gonna go one more time with my lower shadow as well. The Born to Run palette one more time. This one right here. And I'm gonna take it on the dense shader. Right under my eye. And this does have a little shimmer. I just think it'll make it pop. And then I'll go in with my pointy brush to blend it out. Just gonna be this white eyeliner from NYX. I might use a like nude one on my actual wedding day, just because I feel like sometimes white is kind of intense. I'm gonna basically come from above and try not to get it on my eyelashes. I don't know if you can tell, but I just feel like this eye looks a lot more open, and I like how it looks. Yeah, I never wear lipstick in real life. I only ever wear a gloss. But for my wedding day, I definitely want to wear a lipstick that's going to fade nicely and not look too intense, since I'm not used to it on my face. So this is a Frost MAC lipstick in the color Odyssey. And it's like kind of a purpley, frosty lipstick. But basically what I'm going to do is just dot it on, push my lips together, and then push it in. And my goal with this is just to make my lips look pink and not like they have anything on them. And then probably, I'm guessing for the ceremony, I'm just going to do this, and then for the reception, I'll put on a gloss over it between the reception and ceremony. But for the like kiss and everything, I don't want to get a lipstick all over him, so I can kiss my hand and nothing comes off because I just pushed it in. So I really like the way that looks. It looks pretty, not too neutral nude, but also not too intense of a color. So I really like it. And now I'm just gonna go over my mascara one more time and then be done. So I'm gonna go over with the Lash Paradise one more time, just to get anything that got into my lashes off. Or not really off, but just cover it. So I'll zoom you out so you can see the final look. But I think it turned out pretty well for me doing it on camera. Sometimes I feel like my makeup looks a little bit weird when I do it on camera. But I'm really happy with this. So I think it looks really good. I think it'll look good in pictures, but it also looks good in real life. Nothing too harsh. Strong eyelashes, which is what I really want. And soft lips that are colored, but not too much. And then basic face makeup, a little more than I do usually, but nothing too crazy. So this is my final trial makeup look for my wedding. If I find any other makeup looks I want to try out, I'll definitely do another video on these. Otherwise, I'd love to do a kind of plan my wedding series. So if you would be interested in that, let me know. Thanks so much for watching this video, and peace out.